This video is not intended for children. Viewer discretion is advised.
If you haven't already, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.
Thank you.
Humanity, look how far you've fallen.
And I will strike down upon thee with great vengeance and fury of anger those who attempt to poison and destroy my brother.
Greetings, one and all, and welcome to Mornings of Mischief. I am your host, Stone Logie. Good morning, everyone, and a big good morning to my guest, Arwyn Avalon. Good morning, Lady Arwyn Avalon.
Good morning, Lord Loki. Good morning, chat. How's everyone doing?
How are you doing this morning?
I'm doing fantastic. Thank you. I'm doing great.
All right, let me get with the chat real quick. Good morning to the Bash Brothers, Mark the Infinitely Tired and Chris Persia. Good morning, gentlemen. Good morning to our Lady Wrench, Purple Valkyrie. Good morning, Purple Valkyrie. The Ninja, the Ginger Ninja. I almost said the Ninja Ginger. The Ginger Ninja says, hail, hail, Ginger Ninja. Dave G Sound, hail, brother. Humor and Waffles, good morning. Keely Chow, Roll Tide. Keely, Roll Tide. Mary's Game Room, good morning. Golago 13, how are you doing, brother? How are you doing? Pat S, good morning. Adega Outlaw, good morning, sir. Good morning, everyone. How are you all doing this morning? I hope you guys are having a great Wednesday morning, and I hope we are going to make it even better. Good morning, Project Story Time. He's listening, but he's away from keyboard. Good morning, brother. Good morning, Colin P. Smith. How are you doing, brother? So let's get to the brass tacks. Arwyn, you're under the gun. You got the spotlight on you. You're like in the interrogation room. Oh my God, what is he going to ask me? What is he going to ask me now?
Oh, give it to me both barrels.
No, it's going to be really chill. We're going to have really chillax interview. What was the first thing that you really got into, like, fandom wise? Like, was it Star Wars? Was it Star Trek? Were you reading a series of novels? What got you into, like, loving what you love?
I found The Hobbit at 9 years old.
Yes!
That changed my life. I think I have read that book almost every year for the past how many years I've been on this earth since I found it.
Did you get the library lady telling you you're not old enough to read this book? Do not check this book out. You're never going to finish it. Did you get that? Because I got that. I got told to put it back.
Did you really? Oh my! What? No.
Yeah.
I actually filched it from one of my brothers. I have 3 older brothers, and they were all into comics. They were all into Star Trek. They were all into that. Well, my oldest brother especially, but he was like 12 years older than me. So when I was 5, I saw him as a grown man. I mean, he was, in his mid to late teens. So I remember when he was at school, I'd sneak into his room and I'd look through his comic books and I'd look through his National Lampoons and, well, I found The Hobbit later on in life. Like I said, I was about 9 years old. And I was like, ew, what's this? Because I was always into the Disney and the princesses and the Barbies. I mean, I was a very, very girly, girly girl.
Yep.
And the rest of that stuff just seemed, Star Trek. Yeah, what is that? That's science. That's serious. I wasn't ready for that yet. Well, I found The Hobbit and mind blown, mind blown. So that led, of course, to Lord of the Rings, and that led to Dragon Riders of Pern series by Anne Catherine.
You're
Oh,
a Dragon
hell
Riders
yeah.
and Pern reader. God, yes.
Yes.
Hell yes. All
Yes.
right.
So that opened up all of that for me, fantasy. But it wasn't until, and of course, I knew Star Wars. I mean, everybody knew Star Wars.
Yeah, everybody knows Star. If you didn't watch Star Wars in grade school at some point, you went to the wrong school.
Right.
Yeah.
But it really wasn't, I didn't fall in love with the sci-fi side of it until I met my late husband when we were in college. And one night, The Next Generation came on, and he's like, "Hey, you ever seen the show?" I'm like, "Ew, Star Trek. What?" He's like, "No, come on, watch it. You'll like it." Another mind blown. I'm like, "This shit is good.
Yeah. Hell
This
yeah.
is really good." And he's like, "Oh, you like that? Well, let's look at this and let's look at this." So I started watching that, and then he introduced me to the original, which I guess this dumb little Southern girl's brain was ready for it, at that time, because I thought, man, this is so different than what I remember. Being
Yeah.
a little kid, my brothers watching the reruns. So we got into that, and then Babylon 5 came along, and then Battlestar Galactica came along, which I remember watching the original as a kid, but the remake was really more my speed.
Yes. You watched
I
that. The movie, that first movie, the original movie was serious. It was
yes,
like the TV series that you were like, dude, you got some like you're in gambler world. And
yeah,
it's like
yeah,
everybody's gambling, and then you have like the Attack of the Mole Men and shit, and you're like, what? But that first movie, that original Battles, that was hot. That was
yes,
like, man, Apollo's brother gets killed, getting back to Galactica. It was dramatic, and it
yes,
was
it
it
was.
was like, yes, and then seeing the colonies get wiped out.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
was real, and then they kind of went all goofy in when they actually did the series. But you're right, Battlestar Galactica, the reboot, the series, the new series
right,
was on a totally different level. Yes.
right, absolutely. So then, at first I was watching it because I enjoyed it, but also because he enjoyed it, and I was like, well, if he enjoys it, yeah, this is something we can enjoy together. But now that he's gone, I realized, you know what, I've embraced this stuff on my own. I am a fan on my own, and I am loving it on my own. And so that's just kind of how I came into it, to as far as all the IPs and embracing it. But as far as YouTube goes, it I mean, your show literally popped up in my recommendations one morning. And with all the crap that had happened with 2020, with Robert dying, and then COVID and all, I was a mess, and I was lonely, I was depressed. I don't even remember a lot of 2020, to be honest with you.
No, a lot of people don't. If it wouldn't have been for the channel, that would have been the worst year. And
Yeah,
I'd had some really bad years before that. Um,
yeah.
so yeah.
And it was the spring of this year that I realized I was just existing. I wasn't living. I was just, I was getting up every morning. I was going through motions. I was going to bed. I was investing in nothing. I was enjoying nothing. A whole year, almost a year and a half had gone by, and I was nothing. And I'm a very social person. I enjoy talking to people. I enjoy finding out what makes people tick. I enjoy, the things of the fandom, and that had just been gone. That had been lost for me completely since he died. And I kept remembering a promise that he made me. He kept saying to me, he had stage 4 cancer.
Yeah.
So for 3 years, he had been pretty sick. But he kept promising me, he was like, baby, you've got to promise me when I go, you have to continue to live. You and our children cannot just fall apart with grief. You have to. And of course, I'm like, oh, honey, don't worry. Yes, because it was reassuring him and
Yeah.
preparing him to go. But once I was there, it was like, shit, no, I'm not making good on this promise. Well, then the spring of this year, I decided I got to start living again. And like I said, it wasn't long after that your show popped up in my recommendations. And I thought, well, I don't know. It's a live stream. There's going to be people. I don't know. Maybe I'll take a chance and I'll go in and say, hey, and if I'm not received, I'm not received. What's the worst that's going to happen? Well, damn, if y'all weren't so cool and so nice, and everyone was just like, hey, how's it going? How you doing? And then it has snowballed from there. And I really feel like I found an online family. I truly do.
I'm glad we didn't start this as, I say I didn't, even though so many people came along. I've told this story a couple of times. It was, do you want to stand on a podium and tell people what you want to do, or do you just want to start doing it? I talked about it like moving rocks and people walking by and, what are you doing? I'm moving this mountain over here. What do you mean you're moving that? I'm over there. Well, I'm moving all these rocks. I've got this pile over here. Well, this is what I'm doing. And people helped. And this community came to be because I wanted to build a community. I wasn't trying to necessarily build a channel. I was trying to build a community. Community comes first. Yeah. And it's different. It's different. People said I was crazy. You're crazy. You're never going to get it out. It's never going to work. Well, it has worked. Continues to work. And it works because of everyone in it, not just because of me. I'm glad people love the morning show. That makes me feel great. But the community and seeing people help each other in the community, and like what we recently did for Canuck, what were able to do for Lady Mist, what we've been able to do for you, to everybody, being able to do that, being able to be that community. That's what I love more than anything. So,
yeah.
I'm glad someone said hello to you and made you feel welcome. That's kind of what we do.
Well, it did, and I know it sounds like a Hallmark card, but it's true. I really feel like this community and the people that I've met off of this community, in the channels that I've branched out that stems from this, it really did save my life. Even my kids see a difference. My kids are like, Mom, you're smiling again. Mom, you're singing again. I haven't sang since my husband got sick.
Yeah.
First time I sang was on Rambling's karaoke stream, and I used to sing all the time. And it's been, he was sick for 3 years, and then another year and a half since he died. So that's 4 years. They've heard nothing. And they're like, it's just nice to see you with a light in your eyes again. And it's true. It is true.
I'll have to pop back on Canucks karaoke party one of these weekends. I used to do it every week.
Yeah, it's fun.
Before I did that, I hadn't sung in a long time. It sucks when you're like coming back from something, that completely changed your life. And when you get to that, like, I'm happy. Oh my God. I am singing and I am smiling and I am happy.
Yeah.
It's a huge thing. Some people don't realize what a huge thing that is when you realize, when it clicks in your brain, oh my God, I'm not in this hole.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. It almost makes, first time it happens, you're like, wait, is something wrong? Why am I happy? This feels weird. I'm not used to this, but yeah, absolutely. You're very true. Very true.
And yes, Robert Van Linden, the Dutch. The Dutch.
But anyway, that's how I got started. And I've had people kind of reaching out to me and saying, well, hey, you want to come join us on here? Or, hey, you want to come join us on there? And it's like, well, hell, I love to talk. Sure.
Hell yeah.
If
Hell yes.
I know what I'm saying, I've got no problem with it. So it has been great.
So if you had to pick like one thing, if that's all you could have for the rest of your life, okay, you can either have this book series or you could have this TV series or you could, I know it's such like the cliche question and it's so difficult because I know I'd be like, son of a bitch.
Can I categorize like one fantasy and one sci-fi, or do I have to pick just one?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
All right. Fantasy, Tolkien.
Yeah.
Hands down, Tolkien, anything. Even give me the damn Silmarillion. I'll even take that. Trying to read that like a novel. You got to look at it like a history book. Otherwise, I can't get through it. But yes, Tolkien. Sci-fi.
Before you go to sci-fi, Mexican Iron Man with the $4.99 super chat says, "I'm happy Kevin Smith isn't going to be on Arwyn's new channel."
Oh no, my God. No, I'm sorry. I don't do soy.
Thank you so very much, Mexican Iron Man, for that $4.99 super chat. You guys keep the fires burning bright in Valhalla. Do you want to do it with me, Arwyn?
Yeah, let's do it. Ready?
All right, 1, 2, 3, skull!
A dollar? I've never seen a dollar. Nobody's got a dollar. Let us see the dollar. There it is. It's beautiful. Take your hat off, boy. That's a dollar bill.
That never gets old.
Sci-fi. Favorite sci-fi.
Babylon 5, baby.
Oh shit! She came out with B5.
Yes, Babylon 5.
I've gotten through the first season. I have not gotten to the second season yet, but I've been damn busy. Adega keeps bugging me every day. Get through Babylon 5. Get through Babylon 5 so we can talk about it. Get through Babylon 5 so we can discuss it. It was one of those shows that I was watching DS9 at the time and I just didn't have time for another space station show. And everybody in B5, woo! B5 is just B5.
Oh, hell yeah. So it begins. Yes. Yeah. That my son he remembers us watching it when he was a kid, and now he's just about grown, and he came to me this year and was like, what I want to do to honor Dad, and I was like, what? And he said, I want to watch Babylon 5, and I'm like, oh my God, yes. So we're almost at the end of his first viewing of it, and I've said this before, but it is so cool to see it through fresh eyes, to see someone who's never seen it, seeing them going, oh my God, I love this. These characters, this is so good. The story, you got to get through season 1 because it is it lays all the groundwork. But season 2, it hits, it's running. It is just boom, it's off. So it is so good. But yep, that would be my choice. And then probably Battlestar Galactica after that. And then with DS9, those are my other ones that I really love.
Good morning, Spike and Madness. He says, Dollar Bill Guy. That was Ralph Garman, Smith's old podcast partner on Hollywood Babylon. Really? I did not know that. Okay, so you mentioned The Hobbit. Okay, so I don't know how proper you are when you are out. I don't know if you are. Is it possible for Arwyn to curse at a movie screen in a theater full of people? I don't know that.
Yes.
It is.
It is. I have.
It is. Oh, you know what? So the end of the second Hobbit movie, I am death. You got Smaug flying off to Lake Town. Bilbo's like, my God, what have we done? And then the screen goes black, and I'm like, no. And then the credits roll, and I get up out of my chair in the middle of the theater and start cussing out, God, what's his name? Peter Jackson. I'm like, fuck you, Peter Jackson. Oh, I'm so pissed, and I'm embarrassing the shit out of the person that went to see the movie with me, and it's like people are turning around and looking at me, and I'm just, I'm like, you don't understand. The Battle of the Five Armies is next. There's no reason for them to cut out the Battle of Lake Town. Oh, I was so pissed. I was so pissed.
You know, I have a love-hate relationship with the Hobbit trilogy. I love it because I'm damn glad we got it.
Yeah.
You know, but there, and to be honest, that is the one thing that I watched in 2020 over and over and over. I think I developed a thing for Thorn Oakenshield. I was like, oh, I got to watch this movie over and over and over. And it was just, I don't know. I had it on repeat. You know, my kids would come in. Oh, well, Mom's watching The Hobbit again. Yes, I am. Leave me alone. But there were just some things I don't even know why he went there. I'm like, dude, okay. You know, but so I hear you. But yes, you know, I still, The Hobbit is amazing. The Hobbit is amazing. And it's my story. It is just my story.
They really cast everybody really well.
Yes,
They cast the dwarves. There was someone who said, "Well, I don't even know which dwarf is the dwarf." Well, then get your shit together and read the book.
Hello.
You will know. You know, Billy and Killy. You know, you'll know. Bomber, God. Bomber.
I don't know why did they do it for the hunky effect? I don't know. Thorin is much older in the book.
Yes, Thorin is much older. He's an old man in the book, but I liked the guy. I liked it. I like, you know, young Thorin Oakenshield, the grandson.
Oh, he
you know, come back to take back the mountain. I liked the change. I really did. I liked that change.
Yeah.
So I could work on with $5 super chat. My friend stood up and cheered when the Enterprise blew up. He cosplays Klingons. I can see that. I really can. I can understand that. You know, kapla, patakje, nuto gross, green.
Green.
What is your destination? Over.
Oh my God, poor Uhura.
Don't wait for the translation. Answer me now.
Yeah.
Cuban Missile Crisis. Anyway, some people are like, huh? I'm like, yeah, Cuban Missile Crisis. Yeah. Thank you so very much for that $5 super chat. Psychodorf 9. You guys keep the fires burning bright in Valhalla. And since we're talking about the Hobbit, we'll give you a little dragon fire. Skål!
Skål! Oh my God, I love that scene.
And badass, a 300-page book doesn't need 3 movies. It was supposed to be 2. It was the studio that forced him to split it into 3. Yeah. It was supposed to be 2 movies. So, yeah.
I think the biggest scene that irritates me the most, I think, is when the dwarves directly interact with Smaug. I'm like, no, we didn't need that. I mean, I know why they did it. But just visually, it was shades of King Kong with the dinosaurs on the vines. And I was like, okay, I guess.
But Jackson did a lovely job with Lord of the Rings. We haven't even talked about Lord of the Rings yet. What did you think about Lord of the Rings?
I loved it. Yeah. I didn't even care that the elves showed up at Helm's Deep. I was.
Oh, like, I love that. I love that.
My husband is he was a Lord of the Rings purist, and he was like, they never should have been there. I was like, I don't care. Haldir and his group, come on in. There's enough to kill for everyone. Let's do it.
That's right. And it's what he says, I think, that to me excuses it. When he says, there was once an alliance between men and elves and dwarves. We have come to honor that alliance. I was like, yes. They should have done. Jackson, Tolkien should have written this. This is yes. Okay. I'm totally with this.
I took out my lighter in the theater and I flipped my lighter and I'm going, yes. My husband's like, what are you doing? Stop it. I'm like, I don't care. I love it. It needs a lighter flick. It was fantastic.
Jester Sin says, hey, I just had a great idea for modern media. If you didn't create it originally, don't epping mess with it. Adapt for screen doesn't mean change everything. No, and they were very true. Jackson was very true. He said, I'm not allowing current day politics. I'm not allowing current views. We are making a Tolkien movie. What the only things we might put into it is something that I believe Tolkien would accept. And having the elves show up at Helm's Deep, they had an alliance. They fought with them in the Second Age. So this makes sense. This makes sense in a battle way that the elves show up and help out the humans.
Right. It was a perfect example of adding things that you feel would work and respecting the lore. And that's what IPs do not understand today. They don't get that.
And in a way that was like all three races, because the dwarves built Helm's Deep and Gimli was there. So you've got all three races representing there. And when he goes to blow the horn of Helm Hammerhand, the dwarves installed that motherfucker. The dwarves made that horn and put that horn there in the Hornburg. So that was like Gimli's like, I'm off to blow the horn of my ancestors.
Absolutely. So it worked, and it worked really, really well. Made me cry.
I hated for a long time. I hated that I had read the books previously because everyone was asking me questions. It was, what's going to happen next? What happened here? Explain this. Did they cut any? And I'm like, guys, do you want to know how it ends? Because I can show you how it ends. And there's this picture of that I've got, or that I had. This was like 20 years ago almost now. And it's the New York subway. And on the wall of the New York subway, I forget where exactly we were, it says in big bright red spray paint, Frodo lives. You want to talk about a spoiler? This was a 20-year-old spoiler. This is before they did spoilers on the internet. Yeah. You know, you're looking at this wall and you're like, you son of a bitch.
Thanks a lot.
Frodo lives. Frodo lives in big red spray paint on the side of the subway. God, help me. and you're a Pern fan too. That's you get around. You read some good books.
I excuse me. I've read them. I kind of dropped off a little bit once Christopher McCaffrey, Todd McCaffrey. Now I can't remember his name. Once her son started getting involved, because then they started retconning things.
Yep.
That was driving me nuts. Like, okay, can I just a pet peeve time? All right. At the very first book, you meet a green rider, and the green dragon is male.
Yes.
He's male. Okay. So then I didn't care so much they retconned it to where all the greens were female. All right, fine. But male or female could impress with the green dragons. You know, only the females could impress with the gold, and then only the males could impress with the bronze, you know, and then you had your blues and your browns, but, you know, male or female could impress with the greens. Okay. Well, then he comes in years and years later, books later, where now only boys with homosexual tendencies could impress with the green. And I'm like, what?
No.
Where does this come? And it even says it. It even says when they go into the hatching and they divide them, they divide, you know, the boys again with homosexual tendencies over here for the greens, and then the boys over here for the browns and the bronzes and all that. I'm like, why? Why does it matter? It never mattered all this time. Why does it matter now? So that just rubbed me the wrong way. And that wasn't the only thing, but that was one that stuck out for me. I was like, oh, come on, y'all. Why are you even going there? Who cares? You know, who cares? But yes, I do. Besides some of the later books where they did retcon some stuff, I love that series. Absolutely fell in love with it. And that's amazing. Another one I read, you know, every year.
It's amazing when we have dedicated ourselves to like a series and then it changes hands or someone else gets involved or something, how it devolves into, I can tell the difference Why? And people will say all kinds of, oh, well, that makes you this, that, or the other. No, it doesn't. It means that we have become so used to this person's writing style that we love.
Right.
And there is nothing wrong with that. There is absolutely nothing wrong with that. That when you're reading the same series and suddenly it is picked up and being written by someone else, you're like, no, that's not how that's supposed to be. Or you got this wrong. And people want to be, oh, well, you're just a purist. Yeah, man, you're this or that because this is, oh, well, you're an S and over Yahtzee. Kiss my fat white butt. That's not the way it is. That is not the way it is. I don't have a fat white butt. It's actually, I have a minimum glute. I'm like Hank Hill. It's just in there. It's just one of those things where you're like, no, I can tell the difference. I can totally tell the difference. I can see the difference in the writing style. The story is being changed. We do not like this. There's a reason why we kept reading, because it was good, because we enjoyed it. Now you want to change it. You want, well, we want to incorporate a new level of reader. You're going to lose the readers you've got.
Right. That's what they don't understand. And they're changing things that don't make sense. They don't need to be changed. You know, it makes no sense why they're going down this path when all these other friggin' books have been down that path.
Yep.
So, I still love them, and I still read them. But yeah, that was like, okay, well, no thanks. There's just too much. Y'all are drinking some Kool-Aid or something that I don't need a part of. I'll stick with the histories.
I love when people, well, go back and read the old ones or go back and watch the old ones. This is mine now. That's what I have to say to that.
And
you call me rude and uncivilized. Loki's uncivilized. He makes spot noises on his stream. Well, there's a reason for that. It's because that is what is coming out of their mouths.
Yes.
Is nothing but crap. Same thing with Star Trek. I'm gonna cry in a hallway. No, I'm gonna cry in a hallway. If y'all start crying in hallways, I'm gonna cry in hallways.
Yes. And I'm sitting here crying in my seat, going, "You fuckers! I hate you!" No.
Yes. No. Why did you just cut off a Klingon baby head and throw it in a pit?
Oh, God.
Yeah, that's the way I feel. Spike and Madness. Spelled it now for wrath, now for ruin, and the Red Dawn. Yes. Yes. You guys want to know why I say that like that? It's because of Gimli in that scene. Yes.
Oh, Gimli kicks ass. Absolutely, it does.
That only counts as one. Yeah.
I love it. What does he says? That one's still moving. He's still moving because I've got my axe buried in his back.
Buried in his nervous system.
That's it. Buried in his nervous system.
He started twitching. He was twitching.
Oh my God! I'm sorry. I could geek out.
Oh yeah. Already, I'm thinking about that scene where Aramir shows up, and Theoden, Aramir. Yeah. What business does an elf, a man, and a dwarf have in the river mark? That's my boy right there, Aramir.
Oh yeah.
Psychodorb died with a $5 super chat. Classic books, movies, classic, because they have appeal for a broad audience.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir. I could not have said it better myself. Yes, classic books, movies, classics, because they have appeal for a broad audience. Thank you, brother, so very much for that $5 super chat. You guys keep the fires of Valhalla burning bright, and we are going to drop the big one. Skål! nothing alive. Oh, yes. Saruman said that. Yeah. Leave nothing alive.
Oh my God! Did you see that? That highfalutin frou-frou stick your pinky out when you drink tea conference that they had recently about Lord of the Rings. They were supposed to view it on. They were supposed to live stream it, and they chose not to.
Of course not.
Because it was discussions like, Saruman and his freaking love
Gayness.
for Frodo or something. I don't know. It's just like,
you know what? How can you have a group that is supposed to protect the writing that is now like, oh no, go nuts, fanfic everywhere.
Well, see, yes, I see exactly, and I have a gift for those people who are bitching and moaning about how we're all ists and phobes, and we need to all grow up and come into the 21st century, and it doesn't matter if anything has changed because it's modern times. My gift to them is the world of fan fiction. You can change any reality you want. Go find if you want to see Saruman getting it on with Frodo, I'm sure there's a fan fiction out there for it. Go find it, play, be free. Don't screw with the original intention of the story. Tolkien would be spinning in his grave by now. So go find your fan fiction and leave the stories alone.
I couldn't agree more.
Welcome to my TED Talk.
I couldn't agree more. Leave the damn book alone. It's not in the book, so leave it alone. Someone was like, "Oh, why do you think that Frodo and Sam don't have girlfriends?"
Oh God, yeah.
Sam gets married. Sam is very attracted to the bar wench, and even before they leave on their quest, and that's all he can think about. That's one of the things he wants to get back to.
Rosie Cotton dancing with ribbons in her hair. Yes,
that's right.
He loves her. I don't know.
Don't tell me they were brothers in arms that went through 9 kinds of hell. The reason why Tolkien wrote it like that is because him and his own brothers went through 9 kinds of hell in World War I.
Yeah.
There's a reason why he wrote it the way he wrote it.
But see, I wonder if people who come into the stories maybe just a surface level, maybe they don't do the research about Tolkien. I mean, a lot of us, we want to know the minds behind the stories that we love.
Well, research is too hard. Research is too hard. Doing your homework about something is too hard. That's why you have the problem with Star Trek now. They don't want to go back and learn the lore. They're like, oh my God, 5 series and 10 movies. We're not watching all of that. Let's just make shit up as we go along. Give us the punch card version of it, and then we'll go from there. And you lose all the substance of it all.
Yeah, you really
There's
do.
a reason why Wrath of Khan was so good. The motherfucker that made it sat down and watched every episode of the original series and then was like, okay, I know what we're doing, guys. Suit up, let's go.
Yeah.
We're making a movie about Khan coming back for his revenge against Kirk.
And it worked. Oh my God, it worked.
Damned, I will leave you as you left me, buried alive. Buried alive. Oh God, Ricardo Montalban. Welcome to Fantasy Island.
Yeah.
I'm your host, Ricardo Montalban. Yes, absolutely.
Okay, and I have to know, did he wear a chest plate or was that really his?
No, that was really his chest.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that was really his chest. Oh yeah, he was stacked. He was like, I'm coming in here stacked. People ask him that all the time. He's like, no, that was my real chest the whole time.
Mad respect.
You can see it in, I think it was one of the Naked Gun movies. You see his chest and you're like, holy shit, he can't be wearing the same now. And then I remember in an interview where he talked about it, he's like, people ask me all the time, was that your real chest? And I said, yes, I was a man. I worked out. I was ripped. And you're like, damn, rich, yes, rich Corinthian leather.
Corinthian leather. I remember those commercials.
God help me.
Oh, he's legend. He is legend for sure.
Absolutely. Fantasy Island. The plane, boss, the plane. That too. God, and now I'm thinking of something else. Now I'm thinking the batteries in the tail. And the tail is gone. I think that's for the movie where they ate everyone. They
Oh my
crashed on the
God.
mountain and they ate everyone. Shum says it also didn't hurt that Nicholas Meyer was a good director and experienced. That's true. That's true, Shum. Absolutely true. Yes. Harb Bennett was a genius going with Khan. Absolutely. They had a great team making those movies after the first one. After
Yeah.
the first one. The first one's like, oh, wow, look what we can do with special effects.
Yeah.
And then after that, it's like, yeah.
It took on a life of its own.
Ginger Ninja with Leslie Nielsen. Or yes, Naked Gun with Leslie Nielsen. Yes. Absolutely. You Scrooge won't let me super chat two-way rifle range. What? Probably because you have rifle. It's probably because of the rifle. Oh, Mark was his chess stunt double.
Oh, well, of course. That makes sense.
We tried to convince him to cosplay as He-Man at the first con we're gonna do, but I guess he can be Khan at the first con. Ha! Yeah, it's not funny. I know. Yeah, I know. It's just me. Yeah, I'm probably the only one that going, ha, look what I did there. In the minds of modern day writers, if they didn't create it, it never existed. That's true. Subhuman 84. They didn't make it. It didn't exist.
Oh, yeah.
That's right. You know what? It reminds me of? It reminds me of that horrible witch in Attack of the Clones. Obi-Wan Kenobi, if it is not in our computer files, then it does not exist.
It's sad, though. It really
And then
is.
Yoda asked a kid, you've got 84-year-old Grandma Jedi, the librarian, that's supposed to know everything about everything in her library. If it is not in our computer system, then it does not exist. Off to do this. Goodbye, Obi-Wan. And then you get a kid, because somebody erased it from the archive memory. Truly wonderful, the mind of a child. Yes. God. And that's what it reminds me of. It's like, if we didn't write it, it never happened.
Yep. Yeah. Well, they've pooched enough stuff, so I don't know. Maybe one day I still hold out hope. I'm an idealist by nature, so I still hold out hope. But the realist in me says, okay, keep hoping. You know.
Oh, did you hear the latest on the Amazon series?
What, the Lord of the Rings one?
Yeah.
With the intimacy coach?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh no, more than that. More than that.
Oh no. What?
They've hired Leslie Jones to be Gandalf.
Excuse me a moment. Okay, I'm sorry.
No, they haven't. That's all bullshit. But I bet you they will.
I'm waiting though. I am waiting that they're gonna flip. I'm waiting for a female Gandalf. I wouldn't be surprised. I would not be surprised, and it's gonna piss me off. But they don't care. They don't care.
Oh shit! Oh my god! Now, Leslie Jones is gonna be Gandalf. What the fuck y'all hobbits fucking doing here?
Oh my god, don't you give me attitude. Right now, don't you give me attitude.
You know what keeps the wizard down? The white man. Oh my god.
I'm gonna smack you with my staff right now. 3 snaps up. No, please, God. No. I don't know. I don't know what the hell I want out of that series. I really don't. I just want something good, but the track record, their track record isn't great. So.
Wow, they've gotta get their shit together over at Amazon. They keep doing shit like this. Like they ruined the last season of The Expanse. We're gonna take a picture of Homeboy and then just throw some blood effects on there and have him rotating in space and kill him off without anybody, without talking to anybody about it. Oh God, help me. I love that show, and now it's just like, nope.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, we've had our Game of Thrones. I mean, they pooched
Don't get
that
me.
the last
Yeah.
season. Yeah,
Well,
but
I'm lucky. I got convinced at the end to watch that. So like 2-3 months before the last season came out,
mhm,
I went and got the Blu-rays, and I watched the whole series twice. And the last
mhm.
couple seasons, I was like, but we're gonna have the big battle, so it'll be okay. And then I watched it, and I was like,
Hmm.
really, you guys? Wow,
You went there?
you just didn't give a fuck, did you? You were just like, let's just push it out and get it out, and we'll worry about the aftermath later. We've had a great
Yeah.
run. This is the end. It's gonna suck. No one's gonna be happy, so screw it.
Well, see, since we have that, we don't need Lord of Rings to be a Game of Thrones.
No, no,
You
no.
know,
Lord of the
we
Rings is
don't.
not Game of Thrones.
They don't understand that, or at least what they're leaking out. I want it to be a Game of Thrones. I want it to be McQueen. No, we've already had McQueen. We want our Gandalf. We want, we want those. We don't. I don't know.
Melissa McCarthy is Aragorn.
Oh my God.
Well, if you do
Oh.
that, then you've got to get Kristen Wiig as Frodo or Bilbo. We'll have Kristen Wiig as Frodo, Melissa McCarthy as Aragorn, and Leslie Jones as Gandalf.
Oh, jeez.
Enjoy that cast. Right now, someone out there is going, "Fuck you, Loki! Don't give him any ideas."
Oh my
Loki,
God,
shut
Loki
up.
casted our show. Yay. How stunning and brave.
I've
No.
got a wonderful idea. There's this son of a bitch on in the mornings. No. Oh yeah, Kristen Wiig can play Gollum. Yes. Okay, I can see that. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
but
get
just
that.
watch them try and gender bend Galadriel and see what happens.
Yeah, it ain't gonna happen.
Galadriel
No,
is now
she'll
a
be
man.
protected. She'll be a lesbian. She'll be protected.
Oh my God.
So
Poor
yeah.
Celeborn.
God, yeah, it was always a ruse to keep the elf population from knowing my true identity. What the fuck ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, purple hashtag blame Loki.
Oh,
So, how
well.
many shows have you been on? Really quick before we get out of here, how many shows have you been on now?
Okay, the first one I was on Fat Stevens Babylon 5 stream on
Cool.
Monday. It wasn't last, it was a week, not this past, but a week before I was on there. And then Drew with the Supreme Heretic, his YouTube channel, he contacted me out of the blue and was like, "Hey, do you like Battlestar Galactica? Because, I'd love for you to come join the Pegasus Actual podcast." And I'm like, "Yes, Battlestar Galactica? Hell yeah." So I did the show last Thursday, and he's like, "Welcome aboard. You're a member now." So that's what I'm doing on Thursday nights. And then, of
Nice.
course, now yours. So here we go.
Drew's a great guy. Drew's
Yeah,
an
he
absolutely
is.
great guy. Porg, whoever's going to do the Elder Scrolls TV show is going to be the closest to Game of Thrones they can get, but better. I hope so.
Yeah, me too.
I really do hope so. So, are you gonna continue guesting? Are you going to decide to come out with your own channel? Are you going to co-host? What is it? Any plans for the future that you can talk about? I understand if you don't want to talk about it, but
No, yeah, it's open. Yeah, I mean, I enjoy guesting. This has been so much fun. I really am digging that. I do have a channel. I am learning, trying
did
to
you join a
learn.
panel with Purple too?
Yes. Actually, yes. That was the first one.
That was
Purple
the
opened
first one.
up. That was the first one. Yes, thank you, Purple. That was fun. That was fun. She opened it up one day, and I was like, again, it was like, well, should I? Shouldn't I?
Well,
Like,
I
live in the
invited you
moment.
to come on one of the member panels that we did one day. We did a member panel. I don't know if you remember that. It was a couple months ago. And you were like,
No,
"No, I'm cool. I'll just hang out in the chat." And I was like, "Okay, all right. Well, you're more than welcome to
me?
come."
Really?
Yeah, yes, yeah. Because I had a members panel just
I
for
don't
the
remember
members.
that.
You popped in, and I threw the link out and I was like, "You're more than welcome to come up." And you were like, "No, I'm cool. I'll just chill." I was like, "All right."
Oh, okay. I don't remember, but yeah, I guess I wasn't ready. But yeah, hey, now that it's like the dam is broken, I am really enjoying
Chris Persia, brother. So purple was Arwen's first.
Yes, she
Oh my
was,
god.
Chris.
Oh damn. Oh my.
I was surprised somebody said photo where it didn't happen.
Pixar didn't happen. Oh, Colin, you read my mind. Oh my. Project Storytime. Oh my.
But yeah, I'd love
Oh.
to start live streaming on my own channel. But again, I'm having to learn everything. My husband did everything as far as tech is concerned, and I never had to learn it. Typical little Princess Peach in my castle. No, you go ahead and do it, darling. That's all right. But now I'm wanting to learn it, and I need to learn it. And so one day, yeah.
If you ever need anything, by all means, we can help. That's what we're here for.
Thank you.
Spike in Madness throws out a pair of scissors and a question mark.
Yeah,
I wonder what
pervs.
that means. Huh. And right there, Chris Persia subscribed to Arwen's channel, and maybe she'll start producing content too. He's got your channel.
There it is.
There it is. So thank you so very much for hanging out with us today. It has been an absolute pleasure. It has been fun. This has flown by. I love talking about Lord. It's one of the things I never get to do. I never get to talk about Lord of the Rings. I never get to talk about fucking Dragon Riders of Pern. People are like, oh my God, Loki's a fan. Yes, I fucking love Dragon Riders of Pern. I love Lord of the Rings. Dag is throwing fucking fireballs out. Psychodorp 9 with a $5 super chat. And he didn't say anything, brother. But throw a message in. I'll highlight it. I'll highlight it. Absolutely. Project Storytime says subbed.
Thank you.
Mark the Infinitely Tired. There's a rumor Arwen was swinging her bra on another show a few nights ago. Really? We've got to get video.
God,
Video
Mark,
going now to Mark the Infinitely Tired, who has video footage. Mexican Army with $4.99 super chat. Bahan Loki is the father to many channels. Go get him, Arwen. Thank you. Thank you, Mexican Iron Man. Thank you, brother.
Oh my God. Y'all are so cool.
Psychodorp 9, they nuked my card. They nuked my card. Well, you know what? We're going to nuke them. So we'll throw a special skull out for Psychodorp 9 and Mexican Iron Man. You guys keep the fires of Valhalla burning bright, and this ought to blow some shit up. Skull! Badass, I have subbed and watched all of Arwen's videos. We need confirmation. We need confirmation of the bra spinning.
Oh my God.
God, we got a bunch of teenagers in here. I absolutely love it. Just a couple of hundred teenagers running around in their underwear, acting like complete animals. God, I forget what that was on. Many channels wouldn't exist. Oh, thank you, brother. Thank you.
Yeah.
Check the dry. Yes, dude. I will watch that today. I will watch that today, brother. I'm getting everything set back up. I've got it sitting right here by my computer with all my other thumb drives. So yes, I will watch it today. I give you my word, and I'll send you. I'll send you a message to tell you what I think. Spike and Madness Panty Raid. Okay, on that note, we're out of here. Thank you so very much, everyone. Both Ray said Skull to Stone Loki and Lady Arwyn. Thank you. Aww. Thank you guys so much. Bras or slingshots. She had to defend the castle. Yes. The over-the-shoulder boulder throwers or whatever.
There you go.
Yes. Thank you guys so very much. You all rock. Oh my God. Oh, dang it. I will. I swear I will. I'm just getting close to the point where I'm back on track. Okay. I'm just getting close to the point where I'm back on track. I have been burned out completely the last couple of weeks because of the move. I will. I swear. Dag, it's rolling on the floor laughing his ass off. All right, we're out of here. Later, everybody. You all have a good one. I'm tired of getting heckled from the peanut gallery. We love y'all. Guys, be excellent to each other.
Yes.
Because anything less is crap. Take care, everybody, and have a great one.
Bye.
These videos are tremendous. Like, comment, and subscribe, and hammer that notification bell.